What is up, guys? Welcome back. Today we're going to be taking a look at the Water Lich Hall of Heroes. This team right here is my optimal team for farming Hall of Heroes. Actually just got started farming, I just got up. The day resets, or the time for Hall of Heroes starts in the middle of the night for me, so I pretty much can only start farming once I wake up. But I found this team to be the best team, or the fastest team for fastest and semi-stable team for running this Hall of Heroes. It has failed once at the very last part, at the boss part, because the stupid Fire Lich procced his passive like 6 times in a row. But yeah, there's not that much chance of this team failing, and it's decently fast. It has a 6-minute runtime. I'm gonna be running some other teams as well, maybe some more farmable teams, slightly less nat 5e team to run this Hall of Heroes. So I'm gonna go through each of my members here. Verd, basically, he's here for the turn advantage. He's here to provide more turns for my team, and he has a speed leader, making my team faster and all that. Basalt is here to serve as my main healer. He also has a nice defense buff. He also has an AoE attack bar decrease, which will help my team survive because the enemy will be gaining less turns. And Xingza's here as my main DPS. I chose Xingza. Actually, I tested a lot of different nukers, because I actually do have quite a few now. But Xingza actually worked out the best because he's able to counterattack quite a lot in this certain dungeon. Because of how they have like AoEs and random hit skills, the Liches and stuff. So there's a lot of AoEs going on, so he's able to counterattack quite a lot. Galleon's here for the attack buff and armor break, so my team could run this faster. And Brian is here to revive my team. He also provides a nice attack debuff, which will help my team survive as well. So this Hall of Heroes is somewhat RNG-ish. There are a few hard parts. I would say the hardest part is the part with the Dark Liches and the boss part. So the boss part is hard because of the Fire Liches. Like the Fire Lich on the boss part is somewhat buff, so there's a somewhat high, like semi-high chance that he might proc his passive like few turns in a row and kill you. The Liches in the beginning, the 3 Fire Liches, that bad things can happen there as well, but usually they're not that strong. I think the ones at the boss stage have like higher stats or something. They must have like buffed it a bit, a bit more than the ones on the level. And that's pretty much it. Like the Torah part is pretty easy. This part is not that hard. If you kill the Cadiz fast enough, they won't be able to do much to your team. The light Liches don't hit very hard, but the hard part is actually the dark Liches. You kind of have to find a way to survive them. They have that skill that, a lot of the second skill that the wind and water Liches have is that multi-hit skill that armor breaks on chance. So there's a chance of them armor breaking your reviver. And then these mirrors have very high single target damage. They also have branding, and they can also decrease your attack bar. As you can see, they hit my Basalt pretty hard just now. If this does happen to your Brian, you could, or any reviver that you're running, you could lose your reviver, and then you'll be forced to fight the boss with only 4 monsters. Sometimes you'll still be able to beat the boss, but that's very RNG-ish. It depends on what happens after, or how many times the Fire Lich actually procs his passive, and who gets armor broken at the boss part as well. So there's a lot of random factors that come into play when you're doing this Hall of Heroes. But I'm going to be trying on some other teams as well, maybe some more farmable options. After this, I'll try with my usual TOA auto team. That team's going to rely on Beretta Dots to clear this. So this team does it around 6 minutes ish. And this part, it can actually get dangerous depending on how many times the Fire Lich actually procs his passive. Because if he procs his passive, he starts hitting quite a lot. Like right now, he procs it and then gets attack buff, crit buff, and starts hitting you really hard. Yeah, and that sinkhole always like decreases your team's attack bar. So he's like providing turn advantage for the enemy. But yeah, this isn't too bad. As long as nothing crazy happens, it should be pretty stable. I'm not sure if I can get a 100% team without running 2 revivers. That might actually slow down my runs quite a bit. So I'm pretty sure I don't want to do that. This should be good enough for me. Alright, so yeah, this record time's also with the same exact team. Alright, let's do this. So I'm going to be running Beretta, Brian, no Galleon, no Shinza, Basalt, Spectra, and Mav. Pretty sure this team can do it 100%. Let's try to take out Basalt. Let's try to make this even more F2P friendly. Alright, this is probably the most I can go. This should be a somewhat somewhat farmable team. Could probably replace Brian with McKean and should work as well. So basically what I'm trying to do here is just use dots to kill them. So I'm not trying to nuke them or anything. I'm just going to try to stack up Beretta dots and then very, very slowly use the dots to kill the enemy team. I usually run Basalt when I'm running this on TOA hard, but I think Bella should do fine. Since they actually do slightly less damage than the higher floors of TOA hard. And there isn't any crazy, they don't have any crazy mechanics where, they can do some crazy stuff like stop you from getting all sorts of turn advantage or stop your CC, not able to get stunned. The water liches aren't able to get stunned, but then again you do have some, you do have some debuffs and slows and stuff for the enemy. I think this team should take around 8 minutes ish, if it doesn't fail. So you might be able to replace Mav with Bernard, possibly. I'm not 100% sure. My Bernard has really, really shitty runes, so I might as well use my Mav. Oh, there's actually no water lich level, I just realized. The water liches would have been annoying if that was a level. Alright, come on Bella, do work. I'm not sure, I'm not 100% sure if you can replace Brian with McKean. Technically you should be able to, if you have very good stats on your McKean, since, she has a AoE, like an AoE, I think it got changed to glancing or something like that. She has an AoE glancing that's like, so it's kind of the same as attack buff. It reduces the enemy's chance to do higher damage, so it decreases the enemy's damage overall, but it's more RNG-ish since it's glancing instead of attack buff. And she also has a revive, and she also heals on her glancing, and she has a CC. She has another CC. She has a chance to stun on her first skill when she crits. So if you have like a little bit of crit on her, bit of accuracy, and then like really tanky stats on your McKean, should be able to replace Brian with her. Unfortunately, I don't have her runed up, and I don't have her skilled up right now, so I can't exactly test it. This is probably the closest I can get to a farmable, free to play obtainable team as I can right now. This is just basic, you know, TOA hard strategy. You just use dots to kill the enemy very slowly. And the good thing is the mid boss is even affected by dots. The mid boss and the last boss are affected by dots as well. So you can actually use dots to kill them very slowly. This should be pretty stable. I don't think there's that I don't think there's a high chance of you wiping when you're using this. Yep, attack buff really does do a lot. I think next time I should build like my McKean as a semi-attacker and then just run her as an attacker and run Brian. And then if Brian happens to die, she can revive Brian or something like that. So I can have another fail-safe. It might just actually work. We're gonna see at the Dark Lich part. Actually, this part's slightly harder with this team since I don't have that much damage to burst down the Cadiz really fast. But it should be fine. Even if my Bella dies, Brian can revive my Bella. But my Bella is actually pretty tanky, so he should be able to take quite a few hits. And my debuff should have already stacked up on them once Bella dies. And Mav's really nice because he's removing the branding every single turn. So he can serve as a, you know, a semi-cleanser since he only removes one debuff. But they don't have that many debuffs, so usually he's going to remove the important ones, like branding and armor break and all that. Alright, this actually looks pretty good. It looks a bit longer, but it looks a lot more stable. Alright, I think that was a really lucky stun. If that didn't happen, maybe something else would have happened. Like if I wasn't able to stun them like that, maybe they could have armor broken my Brian and burst him down somehow. Alright, they used all their third skills, so I should be pretty safe now. If Bella does his heal. Alright, we good now. And then stack up one more turn of dots. Slow them down. Oh no, Brian doesn't have his revive ready. I'm not gonna have Bella ready for the boss fight. Actually, this can be bad. This doesn't look that good. Now Mav has that self-heal, which is really nice against the boss. What? He's water. Why did he attack my wind unit? This makes no sense. Alright, that looked a little bit risky, since I didn't have Bella ready this fight. Could probably be because my Bella didn't have the best tank runes, or I don't have like super tanky stats on my Bella compared to the rest of my TOA hard units. But this looks pretty good. This looks somewhat farmable-ish. Unfortunately, there's not a lot of revivers that have a lot of utility and are farmable. I think the closest thing is like McKean that's fusible with all the parts farmable. So you could say she's farmable as well, since you technically could farm all the parts and get McKean. But I don't know exactly how well she does since I have like just, you know, I'm using her as rune storage. Haven't been using her ever since I got Brian. I think this run might have taken me 10 minutes. It might have really taken me 10 minutes. Oh my. Alright. Oh, it took me 9 minutes and 4 seconds. Alright, so the runes on my monsters. Let's see, which monsters did I use in this? So my Galleon has like really shitty runes. He's on like attack, accuracy, on shield will, double shield will. I basically use him for arenas, that's why I need him like this. My Verd is on Swift Revenge. Actually, I didn't even power this rune up at all. Yeah, I haven't been using Verd that much, so I probably should power up this rune later. And Beretta is on Despair Energy. Wait, I should probably show Verd stats. Yeah, Verd's crazy slow. Yeah, speed, HP, accuracy. And Spectra. Spectra is on Swift Focus, Speed, Defense, HP. Who else do I have? Oh yeah, my Mav and Xingzi. I should show Xingzi first. My Xingzi's on Rage Blade. I use him for raids like this. And he's on attack, crit damage, attack. Mav is on Violent Focus, Speed, HP, HP. And then Brian is on Despair Focus, Defense, HP, Defense. Yeah, I have like 2 set defense on him. Because you know, his HP is already really high, but I just happen to have those defense runes lying around. Defense is still really nice on him. And my Basalt, I think that's my last unit here. My Basalt is Violent Focus, Speed, HP, HP. Alright, so that's pretty much it. I think that was a pretty good run. Like that was a pretty good run with the second team, with the semi-farmable team. Hopefully you guys find a team that can farm this Hall of Heroes, and I'm gonna get back to farming it because, you know, I need to get as many Lich pieces as possible for my Wind Lich. I might even raise a Water Lich as well, since he's pretty nice. You can use him for raids. He's like unstunnable, and his second skill does a lot of damage if there's only one enemy to target. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace out.